Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about audio experiences that elevate your gaming and your work experience too. We're talking about the Creative Sound Blaster KATANA V2X. This is an RGB soundbar that really steps up the aesthetics and the sound experience that you may have during gaming, right? And give you great situational awareness as well as watching movies or doing work. So first, let's go ahead and talk about the overall specs. RGB soundbar had me a hello as soon as I saw the RGB, and also the power. We're talking about 50 watts. Sound woofer or subwoofer of 40 watts, right? So that's a total of a 90 watt experience. It has two integrated mics. So it has two mics, MEMS mic for calls. Also has Bluetooth 5.0. It has a couple inputs, USB, optical, HDMI, ARC, and it also has a headset port. It does use an iOS and Android app, depending on which one you use, to basically enhance your experience and modify the colors. It's going to give you 5.1 experience playback, and it has this thing called SXF or 1. Actually, I think it is. And it also has this battle mode that basically gives you the ability to be very situationally aware. Like, you will be able to hear, it's kind of creepy, footsteps, like know where they're coming from. And this is all coming from just one soundbar. So you know if something's coming from the left, you know if something's coming from the right, and it's highly, highly detailed. So that is going to give you an upper hand when someone's going to try to sneak up on you. Let's take a closer look. Now guys, we're taking a closer look at the KATANA. Now we're taking a closer look at the Sound Blaster KATANA V2X, and this is a soundbar that's really focused on gaming. Not just because of the RGB lighting that you see, which, let's face it, I love, but also because of the overall performance. 5.1 virtual surround sound, HDMI ARC capability, USB audio, Bluetooth 5.0, and that RGB light, friends, 16.8 million colors. Now you're going to get a total power out of this boy over here of 180 watts peak. It does feature this Super X-Fi kind of technology that really gives you this battle mode that makes you, I would say, more situationally aware. So you're going to know what's going to be to the left of you, to the right of you. If something's creeping up on you, you're going to be able to hear that super duper clear. It has an acoustic engine and Dolby audio. Now, as you look at the unit itself, and we see it right here, you see a lot of stuff going on. First of all, you can see that my input method is USB, and I do have right here a remote control. And we'll see if we can get that in focus for y'all. There it is. There's our remote control. And it does give us a lot of functionality here. So it's going to give us the ability to swap different modes. So let's go back to looking at the sound bar that's right there. And you can switch really easily from all these different type of modes that it has. I'm just going to push the button so you can see it shift through these. So here, as we shift, it has a gaming mode, it has an effects mode, movie mode, music mode, right? So you'll be able to switch to the type of mode that you want based on what you have going on. Very, very low profile. And the neat thing about this is that this soundbar is accompanied by a subwoofer that we have also on the side, which you're going to see in a couple seconds. So the first thing we're going to do is going to get closer to the sound bar. We're going to see everything that's here, and then we'll go ahead and play some of the audio. All right, so as we take a closer look at the sound bar, a couple things that we'll highlight. First of all, it has a really, really nice kind of metal-like finish here at the very top that you can see. You have all your controls here. You have your volume rocker or up and down volume, source, mode, and then what you have is that again, that special effects that you can turn on when you're gaming to give you that better situational awareness. You can see speakers here, and then you can see obviously the beautiful RGB that's taking place on the bottom. Now, as we take a closer look at the back here, you'll notice that you have your HDMI ARC, you have your USB, you also then have your USB-C, you have aux-in, optical. This is for your subwoofer, and then your power. Everything really nicely and neatly placed right here. Now on the side you can see the subwoofer, something that you can have on your desk, or you can keep it on the bottom. I would actually place this on the bottom. Really wouldn't want it taking up any of my space on the desk itself. But you do have enough cable length to keep this underneath your desk, but a very generous subwoofer, and it sounds great too. Now one of the things that we're going to do as we're taking a look at the
sound bar is switch the actual RGB. Now you have a couple things that you can do here. You can actually dim it, so you can see it dimming right there on the side. And so you can see that's how dim as it will go. I'm increasing the brightness so you can see how bright it can get, right? And then what you can do is you can switch from one to another. So that's one of the modes. Here's another mode, right? Gives it a really cool view. This mode right here, or this color, if there's music playing, actually follows the beat of the music, which is pretty cool. And then right there, nothing's going on. And then you go back to this one. A lot of flexibility, and again, you can get it to suit any kind of, I'd say, RGB setting that you're looking for. And as I bring this keyboard into view, you can see how well these two play off each other. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is you're going to check the audio experience. We're going to go ahead and play a track that we use on our channel. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to test the audio experience, and we're going to go ahead and play some music. Check out what you can hear. So this will give you a sense of both the mids, the highs, the lows, as you start looking at the sound bar, how well it picks up. And this is going to be more of an instrumental and vocal coming up, and then we'll follow up with bass.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors. They kinda tell me what I'm thinking.
All right, so that gave us a good sense of what the vocals would sound like. So now let's check out some bass.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.